Hello, Father James here. Welcome to this short video on St. Patrick and who he was. And so many books have been written about St. Patrick. We also know that he also had his own autobiography called Confessio. So we have some information, but there are bits and pieces we don't know. So I'm just going to try and pull together something really simple here now about this very special saint. Now, the month of March, of course, is very special because of St. Patrick's Day on March the 17th. And we know that right across the world, there is universal love for St. Patrick, and every country, of course, has amazing celebrations on the 17th. But of course, the big question is, who was St. Patrick? Now, we do know for certainty that he was born somewhere in Britain around the year 385. There is no evidence that he came from a particularly religious family, but disaster struck when Patrick was just 16. He was taken prisoner by a group of Irish raiders who attacked his family's estate. He was taken to Ireland as a slave, where he spent 6 years in captivity. There is some dispute as to which part of Ireland that he was taken to. Some believe that he lived on Slemish Mountain in County Antrim, while others say he was kept near Killala Bay in County Mayo. But there is no denying that this was a massive wrench for Patrick to be so far from his home. We know from his writings that he was often lonely and afraid, and he was often minding sheep up in the hills and mountains. The weather conditions were often appalling, but we know his faith became a great source of comfort for Patrick. But after 6 years, Patrick escaped from captivity. He made his way across Ireland to the east coast. He got on a ship and made his way back to Britain. There he was reunited with his family. Patrick was thrilled with his new freedom. And we're told that sometime later, Patrick experienced a life-changing spiritual experience. An angel in a dream told him to return to Ireland as a missionary, and so he began his religious training and study, which lasted 15 years. After his ordination as a priest, he was sent to Ireland for 2 reasons. The first, to minister to Christians already living in Ireland, and then to begin to convert the Irish from pagan customs. Patrick did not use a heavy-handed approach, but cleverly merged traditions. As the Irish were used to honouring gods with fire, Patrick instead used bonfires to celebrate Easter. There was also a pagan custom to worship the sun, and so Patrick superimposed the sun, a powerful Irish symbol, onto the Christian cross to create what is now called a Celtic cross. And these can be found all over Ireland today, and indeed all over the world too. And of course, St. Patrick used the shamrock, as we well know, to explain the Trinity, the mystery of Father, Son and Holy Spirit. St. Patrick had great devotion to God. God was always to be found in the simple and ordinary events of our everyday lives. He was always sensitive to God's presence in creation. In today's world, where many people drift without purpose in life, Patrick is a voice of hope. In his own personal writings, he explains how prayer helped him with his own struggles and the difference God's love made in his own personal life. The Feast of St. Patrick is a day to celebrate all that is good in our lives and all around us. It's a day to acknowledge God's gentle presence in our lives. It's a day to pause for a moment in prayer and, like Patrick, not to be afraid to ask God for guidance, direction and an abundance of blessings. And finally, just to wish you a very happy St. Patrick's Day.